Welcome to the SEC on ESPN. From a packed house at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, it's the #1 team in the country. The Kentucky Wildcats of the SEC welcoming the Columbia Lions out of the Ivy. And Derek Willis off the bench with the second team.
Yeah, when you think about Willis and Booker, both out with minor, pack it in, zone, and force Kentucky to play at a slower pace. For Columbia, that's not the case. They're going to play at their north.
Kentucky has dominated all opponents. They lead the country in margin of victory. This is Kyle Castlin, freshman from Marietta, Georgia. He's leading the Ivy League at 88.
19 points for Seth Greenberg, who's back in studio. His alma mater, Fairleigh Dickinson. He made 13 of 14 at the free throw line, so he can make a living there and hurt you.
Especially when you consider they're taking on the likes of Kansas and Texas. Cauley Stein turns it over. Columbia, one of the rare times to run, and a dunk for Isaac Cohen.
With actual foot touching the paint. They usually like to space you out, set a lot of screens, and be very methodical in their approach.
There's their first three, and it's knocked down by Chris McComber. Time
with the level of intensity and the effort at the defensive end of the floor. An early shift to the second group.
That doesn't change much. A steal and a breakaway, and it's 9-0 Columbia. Kentucky trying to turn it up defensively. They can't. What a shot over to Lyles. Aaron Harrison to the paint. Extra step, got the bucket, and will get a chance to go to the line. It took Kentucky 5 minutes and 5 seconds to score. We'll tell you how.
And even a post-game interview. And look, Coach Smith has done a great job with Columbia and building this program up. Their most successful season they had since 1967-68, a season ago. And he says, look.
Noah Springwater drains his first shot off the bench. Karl Anthony Towns, a freshman from Piscataway, New Jersey. Here's a lob, and the first dunk of the night.
But finally the first time that Kentucky's been able to get out in transition and convert.
Kentucky shooting 57% on the season. And there's another three. But Sean, you take out the dunk.
Columbia doing an excellent job right now, surrounding and swarming.
Baseline turnaround, pretty shot from Karl Anthony Towns. A little bit bigger now. Shot clock at 1, and it's rejected by Karl Anthony Towns. It's a regulars and 9 McDonald's All-Americas. That'll help. A high percentage stop from Willie Cauley-Stein. Against Texas, he also had 5 steals and 3 blocks in that game. They score, and he jams it home. Timeout taken by Columbia. Look inside, and a skip to the corner. Great ball movement. A 3 is good. That's all the way from Mount Low.
That is unbelievable. 12, a tremendous talent. Brother Darrell Wright.
Bakari Johnson got
attempts on the year, and he is so strong and has done such a great job yesterday being self-critical. And when Coach Cal asked Bakari, what do you need to do? He goes, I need to keep my motor running. I need to play with better energy.
Aaron Harrison to the paint. Bakari Johnson muscles up. He's so good.
You're right, partner. They're in the man-to-man now, and this is a trouble area. And there's the three-point streak. It'll continue.
Roy Osakowski working in the paint. Trying to step through, and he gets it to roll in. His first bucket. Columbia by 3 now. Poitras with the jam. 2 buckets for Alex Poitras. On 3 doesn't matter to Harrison. He draws the foul. Andrew Harrison will go to the free throw line. John Calipari has returned a starting point guard at his 77% from the line. He's 0 for 5 from the floor tonight. Runs with the first team, and it's another 3 for Columbia.
They did it brilliantly here in the first half. They have dictated the flow and the tempo of the game. They have been tight on the glass.
And a follow tip is in for Trey Lyles. Held to 23, the fewest points in a half this season. Willie Cauley-Stein back out. Jumper's good for Trey Lyles to try and get their offense going. Now to Low, finger roll is good.
Well, where's the rotation defensively?
They work it inside. That seems too simple. Carl Anthony Towns.
They're not a three-point shooting team, at least not the last couple of games.
Mato Low, a deep three. Got another one! 13 points.
Has averaged better than 20 points per game for Columbia.
Another jump shot. That one falls for Aaron Harrison. At 6'3", guarded by the 7-footer Stein. Follow tip. Crashing the board is
Middle of the lane.
Nice drive by Andrew Harrison. His first field goal. Another offensive rebound and bucket by Castlin.
4 second chance points off of 13 offensive rebounds. You should average about a point per offensive rebound.
That'll help.
That'll get
Guys will go pro in something other than basketball, most likely. Mato Low fires. That was off the mark from the get-go, and an over-the-back foul on Petrusek will be his third. It's a 1-point lead for Columbia.
And part of that has been the great defensive transition of Columbia. Getting back, force had in this game.
He hits the second or two. Willis will go to the line. And given Kentucky's size, was that the right shot for that possession? As Willis gives Kentucky
looking to shoot that three-point shot. Play with freedom. It led to a second chance point opportunity.
Well, but the loose ball is left short, and another foul on Columbia will be the team's. He said, once we get through with Carolina, we'll have a chance to kind of get back into workshop and work on things. This Kentucky team will look much
in tune some of the areas.
How do you think they'll look different?
I think you're going to see him try to create more tempo, more opportunities. And I think that starts by, first of all,
using Osakowski. Got it. That one just snuck over the front.
League is more than just Harvard. And we saw Yale knock off the defending champions of UConn. Obviously, they fell to Florida.
Steal by Kentucky. Harrison with the jam.
Those opportunities have been few and far, but defensively by Columbia, swarming Willie Cauley-Stein on the block. Not giving him an angle.
Andrew Harrison with an air ball. Lee is there. And Lyles has it. 5-point lead for Kentucky. Harrison with the lob and the finish.
And a timeout for Columbia.
Time against Willie Cauley-Stein all night. Jump hook is a beautiful one. His second field goal.
You see the space they create, though, by keeping everybody out on the perimeter. It was one-on-one isolation down low on the...
Good move, and Kentucky just overpowering Columbia now as Trey Lyles hits it.
Clean shot.
Turned over. Out front to Andrew Harrison. Wow, follow jam by Stein.
And then those field goals coming at the rim.
Aaron Harrison with the jumper. Whistles coming in the paint against the Lions.
Well, we've seen this script before. Kentucky in the second half.
You wonder a little bit if Kentucky...
And the lack of attention to the details at the defensive end of the floor. Hey, you've got to create opportunities to get run out. Yeah, you move them down a little bit. I mean, still very experienced, still very dangerous, very capable of beating. I think either one of those two teams at the top. Thing for me, and that's why Duke separates itself a little bit and moves up into that tier.
Teams in the state of Wisconsin. Derek Willis for three. Roster makeup. He said, you know, a lot of teams know exactly who's coming back next year. He said,
of course, John Wall, an emotional night for him on Monday. Reminds me of just these players that have left this program. And, you know, there's other programs that have kids that go on and do good.
Kendall Jackson, fine vintage as he nails the three.
For the Kentucky Wildcats.
They've got North Carolina coming in here Saturday for a day game against Roy Williams Tar Heels. But for now, John Calipari is happy to survive Columbia. It was a 2-point lead at the half for Columbia.